Welcome to Cook the Math, where culinary art meets mathematical precision. Thank you for joining. We are back with another episode of Dine or DIY, where we take different fast food items and compare it to if you were to get the ingredients from a store and make it at home. Now, the last few episodes, we have looked at pretty greasy stuff, such as burgers, burritos, and last week's vegan pizza. But for this episode, I wanted to do something light and refreshing. So for this episode, we're going to do the classic chocolate Frosty from Wendy's. Too thick to be called a shake, but too soft to call it ice cream. So we're going to make that completely in between. So for this recipe, I decided to look at the ingredients based on the Kitchn's recipe. So we are going to take a look at that here. And these 5 ingredients are whole milk, chocolate syrup, sweetened condensed milk, heavy cream, and vanilla extract. So, as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to divide this into 3 different sections. The first one being our total price, and that is the price for each item at the store. Our next section is going to be the price per serving, where you take the price of the item and divide it by how many servings there are. And the last one here is price per part. So how much does it cost to actually use a certain part of the product? So with that being said, we only have 5 ingredients this time. And to keep things short, not only are all these ingredients from Walmart, but they are also the Great Value brand, so you will not see any pictures for this episode. Though keep in mind the price will vary depending on where you're from, what store you go to, and what brand you get. Starting with the whole milk, that one is $2.53 for 16 cups. For our chocolate syrup, it's $2.54, but for 2 1/8 cup. Sweetened condensed milk is $2.23 for a 14-ounce can, although for the recipe it does ask for a 7-ounce can. We'll put that into consideration when we do dollars per part. Heavy cream is $3.37 for 2 cups. And for our vanilla extract, it's $5.72. And it is for a 2 fluid ounce container, which is about 12 teaspoons. We're going to use a lowercase t for that. Now for our dollar per serving, it's going to be the price divided by the amount of servings. So $2.53 divided by 16 is 16 cents. Our chocolate syrup is $2.54 divided by 2 1/8, which is about $1.20. Sweetened condensed milk is $2.23. We're not going to divide it by the ounces in this case. We're just going to keep it at $2.23 because it is technically for 1 can. Heavy cream is $3.37 divided by 2. That's $1.69. And our vanilla extract is $5.72 divided by 12, and that's about 48 cents. Now lastly, we're going to look at the dollar per part, figuring out how much we're going to use. So for the whole milk, it calls for 1 cup, so that stays at 16 cents. For our chocolate syrup, it's a 1/4 cup, so we're going to divide this by 4, and that's 30 cents. Our sweetened condensed milk, we need half of a 14-ounce can for the original recipe, but we need half of that, so we're actually going to divide this by 4, and that's going to be 56 cents for 3.5 ounces. Our heavy cream, we need a 1/4 cup of that, so this is divided by 4, and that is 42 cents. And lastly, our vanilla extract, it is 12 cents because we're going to divide this by 4 because we need a 1/4 teaspoon. Lastly, we're going to add everything together, and doing the math, we can see that it is going to cost $1.56. Now, the chocolate Frosty has 3 sizes, but we're going to go for the medium size, which costs about $2.99, which means that it is going to cost $1.43 cheaper to make. And if we wanted to add all the ingredients together from the price, it will cost $16.39 for all of them. Though I would keep in mind that you will most likely have milk and vanilla in your fridge and cabinet already. So anyway, that is the chocolate Frosty. I just wanted to do something short and sweet for this episode, no pun intended. If you have a suggestion on what I should do next, leave that in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and keep on cooking and calculating.